Hello, everyone. I've been quarantined for like 2 weeks because of this whole coronavirus thing, so I figured I'd make a video because why not? So I'm kind of going to do a really bright look. I want some yellows and some pinks and maybe some faux freckles around here. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start with my base, so let's just start. So I've stopped using primer because I've been watching a lot of Raw Beauty Christie and she's amazing. So there's two things I changed in my routine. I don't use primer anymore, except I use eyeshadow primer, and I don't apply my foundation with a sponge. I use a brush now. I use my sponge for my concealer, but not my foundation. So I'm going to start with the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. It's got hyaluronic acid and collagen. I'm in 02 Fair Porcelain, so I'm just gonna put some of that on the back of my hand and this is a Real Techniques brush. I just got it from Walmart, honestly. And I have definitely been eating my fair share of junk, and I'm on my period, so I am breaking out. Oh, and it's also, if you didn't notice, I shaved my head since my last video. I'm loving having shaved hair. It's really easy to deal with. I love how quick it is to shower. I don't have to worry about washing my hair. I do wash the hair I have, but it's so much easier. And I don't have to style it or dry it. It just does what I want. Okay, so I went ahead off camera and used my sponge to blend the foundation a little bit more because I found that with this brush does kind of need to be washed. It was a bit streaky, and then I did my concealer. So now I'm gonna do powder. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder that everyone loves. And another thing I've been doing is powdering a lot lighter. So I take another Real Techniques brush, and pat some powder underneath my eyes and into the crook of my nose, which is where I added concealer. And then I take a big fluffy brush. This is an Eco Tools brush. And I take just a little bit of powder and gently blend it all over my face, just a little bit. I already think that this foundation is gonna oxidize a little pink on me, so I made sure to get it all down my neck. If you can see some pimples or some dry patches, so be it. Okay, now contour. I'm using the Essence Contouring Duo. I use this lighter shade. I take a brush just like the one I used for under my eyes, but a different one. You can see right here that I have a sunken cheekbone a little bit, and that's where I blend it all the way up to my ear, into my hairline, and down, and just get a good blend on that. So before I shaved my head, I didn't worry about how blended everything was at the top of my hairline because it blended into my hairline easily. But now you can definitely see if something's not properly blended there. So I take extra care around the hairline and the other side. And then with that same brush, I take it under my jawbone. Raise the double chin a little bit. I call mine Barbara. So goodbye, Barbara, for today. We're blending you away. I take, my big fluffy brush that probably has some excess powder, and I just go over those edges to make sure they're nice and blended. And now I'm going to take this very thin and angled Eco Tools brush, same powder, and just bring it on the edge of my nose and blend it. With the same brush, just blend, 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 blend. Then I take the same brush, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and underneath there. Okay, and here's a new trick that I've been doing. Just a little bit under my bottom lip, so it looks a little poutier. Okay, there we go. Then I take the brush that I used for my under eye powder and I blend my nose a bit. Okay. Since it is warming up, I have been doing bronzer, so I'm just gonna take the same brush I used for my contour. This is the Pineapple of My Eye Tarte palette. I like this bronzer a lot. You can see I use it quite a bit. And with my bronzer, I just blend it kind of above my contour on my cheekbone. Make sure to get a very good blend. Here, into my hairline, kind of let it get squished. Then the tiniest little bit right over the bridge of my nose as well. Okay. And I think today I'm just gonna use the blush that's in this palette as well. It's a bit shimmery, but it's got a good corally color. And I'm just going to sweep it above where I put my bronzer. Really lightly, get the apples. Nice flush. And then a tiny little bit on the top of my nose. There. Okay, and highlighter. This is a W7 Strobe Time highlighter palette. I got it from Marshall's like 2 years ago. The lid broke off and I'm hitting pan on one already, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. This is a bit of a bronzing shade, but it's very sparkly. And then this one right here is a bright one, and I just like to mix those two and blend it over the apples, little cheekbones. I do take it a little bit above my eyebrow here. So last step for my base is I do setting spray. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Setting Spray Glow. It's got illuminating radiant pearls and coconut oil. And it's got 12-hour wear plus hydration. And I find that just melts all the powders I just used together. Okay, so now I'm going to, I think I have a cat hair on my face. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera because they're my least favorite part and it's no fun. So I'll come back after. Okay, I'm back. And if the angle or something is different, it's because I had to just run to my front door to meet my parents because they brought me a special quarantine grocery gift thing. They brought me a lot of good food, and I love my parents. But if you're wondering, I use the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim for my brows. I'm growing them back in from shaving them off on the sides, like on the edges, so they're a bit bushy right now. But that's my whole base and eyebrows done. So now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. I'm going to use the James Charles palette because it has all the colors I need. So I'm going to take the yellow shade, which is B in the James Charles palette. It's really bright. Oh, shoot. First, I'm gonna prime my eyelids. I've got the Hard Candy eyeshadow primer. I really like this stuff. I think I paid $6 for it, and I love what it does for my makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this yellow on the inner half of my eyes. Okay, then I'm going to take another e.l.f. brush. This was $2 at Walmart, okay? And I'm going to take the color Skip, which is that neon pink in the James Charles palette. And I'm gonna blend that on the outer half. I'm gonna blend them together a little bit. Okay, so now that I've got half yellow, half pink, I'm going to take a mix of the Skip, the neon, and Pinkity Drinkity, which is a very light pink. And I'm gonna kind of blend it in almost like a triangle underneath my eye, very lightly. I'm gonna blend this together ever so slightly. Not too intense. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of 518, same brush, and blend it along the edges, like that. A little bit more Skip. I'm just using the same brush for this, because why not? Okay. I'm gonna take this brush I used for the yellow, some yellow, and I'm just gonna blend into the inner corner. Okay. Now, let's see what we've got for shimmers. Okay, so all I'm gonna do for shimmer is I'm going to take an Eco Tools brush. This is small and flat and has a cat hair. And I'm just going to take, so for shimmer, I'm just gonna take this yellow and pop it in the inner corner on the yellow side. And then I'm going to take this pink right here and blend it onto my brow, onto my brow bone where the pink is, just for a little shine up there. Okay. I'm gonna do the other eye and come back to talk about mascara and eyeliner. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm gonna use the Sex Kitten from Tarte. And I'm just gonna do a thin, simple wing to start. I'm just gonna put on some, it's Hard Candy Plumping Lip Gloss, and it's purple. Just figured for an all-around spring look, some pastel purple lip gloss would do the trick. Okay, so what I'm going to do for my fake freckles is I'm going to take this paintbrush, which is pretty small. I'm going to take the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. I'm spritzing it a little bit with my setting spray, and then I'm gonna mix it up to create kind of like a paint. Take this mixture and do some dots. I'm gonna blend them out a little after. Those are a little big. Okay. Just gonna clean this brush off now. Okay. And I think I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender, which is damp, and just buff these out a little. You want fake freckles? You better be willing to hit yourself in the face 100 times because mine don't want to blend perfectly. So I'm taking my fingers and I'm kind of smudging ever so slightly. So, okay, that's as good as that's gonna get. I like it. I'm just gonna touch up my highlighter. Okay, and a quick extra spritz. And we're done. So the final look, I had a lot of fun doing this. I got a lot of good feedback from my last video, so I'm hopefully gonna be doing more of these during quarantine because I have nothing else to do. You comment and let me know what you think. Maybe you could suggest ideas that you might want to see me try out. If there's any particular questions you have, maybe I could answer them. So comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.